Hello, my name is Taylor. Welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be a bookish reading vlog, and to be perfectly honest, this is filmed after the fact. I have already experienced most of the things you'll see in this vlog, but I needed to film an intro clip, so here we are. I also had a short amount of time to do this, and you'll see and hear my toddler. So I don't typically film with her in the background because of that distraction city that will be occurring, but here we are. I'm trying to get this done as soon as possible. I really wanted to share my first ever authors event with y'all, and I had actually seen Mary Mecham post about this like weeks, maybe even months ago, and I was like, wait a second, Danville, Indiana, how close is that? And it wasn't too far, and I was like, I absolutely have to go. I actually had messaged her like a long time ago if she ever did authors events, because I was just dreaming about the possibility of potentially going to one, and if there's anybody I would want to meet in person as an author, it would be her. So she said she doesn't typically do them, and she's fine. She doesn't typically leave Texas, and to see that she was coming here to a place I could easily drive to, I was just over the moon excited. I had to absolutely go. And you bonked your head. You're okay. I had to take my kids with me, and that was a little bit of a challenge. However, we made it work. I had to take them because my husband was out of town, so they had to come with me. But I was bound and determined to go, and I'm so thankful I did, because it was just such a wonderful thing for me, and I really truly appreciate it. And I also got to meet Alma, and that just made the day even more special. Yeah, Alma, you love Alma, don't you? Yeah, she was great with my kids. So you'll hear about that more in just a little bit, but I just really wanted to give some context to this video instead of just starting it off. You have to have an intro to a video, but yeah. So as far as what I was reading for this time frame, you'll hear me talk about it a little bit more later as well, but I was reading Things We Didn't Say by Amy Lynn Green, and this was also ironic because I had picked it to listen to an audiobook while I was taking my husband to and from the airport, and this was one that was easily available. And by the way, the audiobook is absolutely fantastic. Leah Horowitz is very talented, because that is an entirely epistolary novel, which I have never read one of those before. But I had picked it because of Lucy's TBR Uno game, and I got Alma's year-long reading challenge as the pick, and her June prompt was a World War I or World War II book, and that was the one I had, so I read it. So that's what I read for the majority of this vlog. I also started Seeking Revenge by Mary Mecham. I only got a little bit into that one. So anyways, you fell down. Okay, so here's the vlog. It's like 9 o'clock on Saturday night, but I wanted to update y'all that I did go to the author event today, and I had such an amazing time. It filled my heart. I was so happy. It was just such a beautiful time. I really treasured it, and I'm just so thankful that today happened. But I want to tell you all about it, so let me back up to last night. So I feel like whenever you want to do something that will be especially good for you, or something that you really have your heart set on, sometimes just it feels like everything is fighting against you. So despite the whole week of my kids sleeping well, last night was not it. We had sporadic sleep, thus I was tired this morning, so it was a drag to get out of bed, but I was determined to go. And also throw in there that my kids didn't want to eat this morning, which is unlike them. So that took a little bit of time to coax them to eat. And then the skies looked pretty threatening. And once I was trying to get into the car, that's whenever the bottom fell out. So I had to try and get my oldest in, and with the umbrella that I have, which is a struggle. And yeah, got her in the car. Meanwhile, I'm getting kind of wet, and I realized that my youngest had pooped his pants. I'm like, of course. I'm kind of glad he didn't on the way there. If it had to happen, that was the best time, but like, I wish I'd realized it before the entering of the car had commenced. But yeah, literally, I'm not even joking, y'all. I had gotten my oldest in, and like 2 minutes later, after the torrential downpour, 2 minutes later, it slacked off to a drizzle. But I wanted to go, like, get going because I didn't know how long it would take. I didn't know if it would take, like, several, like, minutes, an hour. I don't know. I was like, well, let's just go for it. And I did. But anyways, the drive there was pretty good. I have to say with Indiana, the roads are so different from where I'm from. Like, they're so much flatter. So the rain was really kind of a non-issue. Like, there's no pockets of water just kind of standing because everything's pretty flat. And not many people are on the road. So it was kind of a peaceful drive. So I get to the town, and I'm about to turn onto the road that the author's patch is on. And hold up. Is it called the author's patch? Yes, the author's patch. I got a business card. So I was second guessing myself on what it was called for a second. So I was about to turn onto the road, and the road is closed. And I was like, what do you mean? But they had a festival going on today, which does give me a little bit of anxiety because whenever there's a festival going on, there's a lot of people and parking is kind of problematic. So I was kind of internally freaking out a little bit, like, where do I park? But I did find a place to park and got the kids in I have a stroller wagon, and I'm walking there, and I went the wrong way, and apparently I looked as lost as I felt because some beautiful person rolled down her window. Was like, do you need help with some directions? Like, yes, help me please find the bookstores. She did. I texted Alma that I was running late. She and her hubs were eating breakfast, so I got to the bookstore first, and I saw Mary Mika, and I was like, there she is. And I chickened out because I have a stroller wagon, like I said, and stroller wagons are long and kind of cumbersome to maneuver, especially in small places, which bookstores tend to be. And it was a struggle to get in, and I was like feeling like I was being difficult to maneuver around, and yeah, it was a struggle to get in there. But I went to the back, and I was like, I chickened out. I went to the back, and I was like, well, let me just kind of see what's back here and kind of work up my courage to go to where the cluster of people are around the authors and work up the gumption to, part the wave with my stroller wagon. And then my kids were kind of spiraling because they'd been sitting in the car and they didn't have time to work out their wiggles. And now they're sitting again, and it's snack time. So I'm busy getting the snacks ready, and a voice sounded from behind me, and it was Alma, and I was so excited to see her. And yeah, I'm so excited. It was so hot in that bookstore. It was just kind of muggy and just humid as all get out. They had the door open, but they only had one fan going, like, in the middle of the store. So pretty much everywhere in the store was just kind of rough being in. And I think my kids are starting to feel it too, so they're getting kind of antsy. And let me tell y'all, Alma is just as sweet as you would think she is from her online presence. Like, I knew she was a sweet person just from watching her videos and commenting with her in the YouTube comments. And I've done several buddy reads with her and chatted back and forth with her. But meeting her in person, she is so sweet and considerate. She helped me with my kids, and she's just so nice and thoughtful and such a treasure of a human being. I'm so blessed to have met her in person. I wish we lived closer together, but so yeah, I got to meet Alma, and I stood in line to talk with Mary Mecham because I was like, well, my kids are kind of getting fussy and they don't like sitting still for very long, and that's not very comfortable in here anyway. So I focused on Mary Mecham because I've read a lot of books by her. She's my favorite fairy tale retelling author. And I got up to meet her. I didn't tell her that this is my first time meeting an author. I don't think I did. But I did tell her how I came for her because I knew that she did not leave Texas very often. Actually, I had asked her at one point, do you ever do Bookish events? And she's like, no, I don't do very many of them. And then she doesn't leave Texas hardly ever. So the fact that I moved here less than a year ago, and the one place she ended up is within pretty easy driving distance of where I am currently. And she doesn't ever do them. And it's like my favorite creator of Fairytale retellings. I was like, this is where I'm supposed to be. So yeah, I was just so blessed to be able to meet her. But she's super sweet too, and she has such a funny sense of humor. I knew she was funny anyway because her Instagram reels are hilarious, but just so fun chatting with her. And she recognized my charm bracelet. I wore this because I won this as part of her giveaway. I think it was for like an Instagram follower account or something. And I've like never won anything, but I did that time. And actually I had won Betraying Korth, which is part of her Legends of Neverland series. And she sent this bracelet along with it. And I'll show you what it is real quick. So first of all, it has like little blue fake diamond things, which is my favorite color. So I already loved it because of that. But this is a Fairytale retellings bracelet. Actually, it's a Once Upon a Time bracelet, but it's perfect because it's Fairytale retelling. So there's a wolf, and then Aladdin's lamp, and a hatchet. I hope this is showing up pretty good on the camera, but a motorcycle and a book that says A True Story, and the spinning wheel, and an umbrella, and then the Once Upon a Time charm bracelet. I have seen that show. I love that show. I haven't seen it in a long time. I think I stopped watching it when Elsa and Anna came on, but I may have to rewatch it because Fairytale retellings, right? And there's also a sword and a swan and a pirate ship and Tinkerbell and a teacup and a mushroom. So I love this bracelet, and I was like, well, this is the perfect time to wear. I don't hardly ever get to wear jewelry. I could, but I don't because I work from home, so there's not really a point to me to wear it. But I wanted to wear it for this event, and I wore my fantasy t-shirt too. So I really wanted to dress for the occasion. So anyways, I was so excited that she recognized this. I was just moving my arm, and she's like, did I send you that? And I was like, yes, you did. So I'm very impressed. I am very impressed that she recognized it. And yeah, it was just such a beautiful time meeting her. So I got her to sign a couple of books that I already own, that were not already assigned, that I had gotten from Amazon instead of getting directly from her. I have got others, but I had bought those from her. So I brought these two for her to sign because these are ones I bought directly from Amazon. So Becoming Hook and Hunting Sirens. So she signed them for me, and I was so excited that she could. So there's one of them. But and then I did get her to sign. I bought this one because I don't own this one, and I love this one, Bluebeard's Bride. I think it's probably my second favorite by her. But so I had to get it, duh. So she signed it for me as well. I would have gotten more, but again, I was in a time crunch. Went outside, it felt so much better. Like the kids, you could tell, like were a lot better outside than they were in there. So it's a little bit claustrophobic feeling in there with all the people and the, with the stroller wagon making it even worse. But anyways, Alma is such a beautiful person. Like you said, she is so sweet. She got me a gift, and I cannot even tell you how much this meant to me because it's so thoughtful of her. But she got me some stickers and a card, and I have a pile of stuff that I want to show you, so all of it's kind of mixed up, but here's my card. It's so sweet. She wrote me a really sweet message in there. And let's see, I'm trying to get it's kind of scattered with my 3-year-old kind of getting into the stuff, but be the light, and blessed is she who has believed that the Lord would fulfill his promises to her. Luke 1:45. So I love scripture with pretty writing and florals around it. I'm such a floral girly, that was perfect. I love florals. And with an E and Emma, a Bookish sticker, and if not, my finger's in the way, He is still good. Daniel 3:18. I was like, B is still good. I'm losing my mind. It's like, and amen, amen, amen. Love that one too. So, and she got me some bookmarks, and I particularly love this one because florals, and it's blue. It's blue. And let's see, she got me some stamps because she got me a devotional Bible study journal thingy. 100 days of less hustle, more Jesus. And if that doesn't describe me in a nutshell, yes, it's rough with all the things to do, but sometimes we just need to calm down and be with the Lord. So I really appreciate it. She got this for me along with the some washi tape and some. Well, you can't really see it that well from the bag, but there's some like sticker. I am doing a horrible job showing you. Stickers and some washi tape for me to Bible journal in it. And I have never done a devotional journal before, so I'm excited to see what it's like because she said she'd done this one before, and I didn't even know you could do this, but she said that she took it to Office Depot. It's like you're at Office Max, Office Depot, one of those things, and got them to rebind it and spiral bound and just filled it up with goodness, and it got way thicker. And I'm like, yes, that, I'm glad she told me that because I will probably have to do that at some point. I love Bible journaling. I just haven't had much time to do it lately, but I feel like I'm getting more and more of my life back as my kids get older. So I'm so thankful that she got that for me. So sweet of her. I love her. And she also gifted me a book that she was going to give to the little free library. She's like, have you read this? And I was like, no, I've never even heard of it. So it's The Debt by Angela Hunt, the story of a past redeemed. So not necessarily something I would probably pick up on my own, but because she suggested it, I will eventually read it because it sounds like a lot of drama and a lot of good faith in there. So I'll leave it linked in the description box if you want to look it up. But got that from her as well. I wanted to go back into the bookstore because they had some stickers that were supposed to be there, and I totally forgot to grab some with all the people and trying to hurry. But they had 4 team stickers, so I grabbed all 4, one of each. And so each author has their own team. So Team Twisty is Abigail Manning, and then Team Snarky is Mary Meekums, and Team Punny is Sarah Barron. I learned how to say her name correctly. And then Team Cozy is Gabriel Landy. So sweet and cute. And they had pink shirts on, and they had their team names on them, and they had pink crowns on. They're so sweet and cute. But I also got a couple of other stickers. So Cinnamon Roll for Gabriel Landy's new book, which is a Thumbelina Retelling, A Taste of Tea and Tenderness, Enchanting Confection Story. So I grabbed that and got her to sign it as well. So sweet. She was really sweet. She helped me get through with my wagon at a certain spot. So it was sweet. I got a matching bookmark for that. And some other Bookish merch and bookmarks. This is Becoming Hooked. I got Abigail Manning's book, there's a sticker in it, Fit for a Prince. And I just love this cover. And a few people were in there talking about it, how good it was. And actually her dad, he was talking about how much he loved her books. And it was so sweet hearing about it from a dad's perspective. He's like, I read her book the first time because I was being a dad and supportive, and then I got hooked and read all of them. I was like, that is so sweet to hear father pride of his daughter. So got this one. So did Alma. So we're going to maybe buddy read that. But there was also some postcards, some character art. I also got a used book, a Karen Whittemire book, Heart on the Line. So Alma told me that Jeanette loves this book. So I'm trying to get into Karen Whittemire. So I thought I would go ahead and snag that for just $3. And yeah, that's my little haul. Oh, I forgot to mention, I did get Sarah Baran. I own this already. I got this as a gift for my birthday, and so I asked her to sign it for me. I haven't read it yet, but she signed it for me. So, yay! I love my little haul. It was so fun. Let's see what else. We were walking in the sweltering sun, and my kids were wilting as was the rest of us, and vying for some food. So we parted ways so we could go eat at Subway, and Kenny and Alma were walking away, and they were holding hands. They were so cute. I love them. That was fun meeting both of them. But anyways, that was my day this morning, and yeah, I'm just sitting here just like, what a beautiful day. I'm so thankful to God that it was such a beautiful day despite the rough beginnings and like, will I ever make it there and in one piece and dry? But yeah, I have hopes that I will go back to that bookstore again because I am sold that that is like my type of bookstore. So, and maybe I'll go back and take more pictures one day soon, and I'll get to meet Alma again maybe because they're having like a 60 author event in like September, and so maybe I can make it to that, and so maybe Alma can too, and anybody else that is on Instagram or BookTube. But yeah, that is my little haul, and I'm gonna pause here because the battery is dying and I need to get ready for bed. So, yay! Okay, so I thought I would show y'all a little bit of the behind the scenes because I am really wanting to do another Battle of the Books video. I did the first one for my 2022 reading year, and y'all seemed to really like it. So I want to do all of my years that I have been reading Christian fiction. Actually, I have been on Goodreads for a long time, but I ended up going back to the pre-Jesus years and deleting all of them. I don't want any association with those books. I don't want anybody to be confused. I mean, there is a date on there, but I wanted to start fresh and just have that not in my history. So 2022 is the year that I started reading Christian fiction. And yeah, here I am. And I read way differently than I used to. So anyways, all that being said, I thought it'd be fun to show you in this vlog, because it's a bookish vlog, the behind the scenes, because I'm going to prepare for 2023, which is my largest reading year to date. I read 80 books that year. And that may not be a lot compared to some other people, but that was a lot for me. And surprisingly, that was the year I gave birth to my daughter, and I listened to a lot of audiobooks. Is the only reason I could read that many. I was surprised I read that many. So, it does pose a little bit of a challenge whenever you're doing a battle of the books and you need to I'm going to write all of them out, all the titles out on this sheet of paper, cut it up, put it in my jar to pick from. And then the real beast is going to be editing that video because I'm going to have 80 screenshots. And I debate on even doing this video, but I think it's still fun. It's going to take me a little while. This is a lot more books than I had for my 2022 Battle of the Books, but I still think it's fun. So we're going to do it. I'm going to film myself preparing for that video, so writing out all the titles, and we're going to see how long this is going to take me. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So here we go. I finished. I have them all in my jar ready to go. I think I'm going to film in just a few minutes. But yeah, my wrist is starting to get sore from all the writing. I don't know, it was a lot. But hopefully it will be worth it and y'all will enjoy it. So I'm going to go film. Alrighty, I need to close out this vlog, and before I do so, I do want to let y'all know some thoughts on some books, because I said this was a bookish reading vlog, and there wasn't much reading in it. So I am rectifying that now by talking about the books I read during this time frame. So I finished Things We Didn't Say by Amy Lynn Green, and I realized I did not give you a synopsis for this before, so I'll do that now. So this is about Johanna. She is a linguistics student at university, and she has left a small town, doesn't want to go back, but her small town is going to be home to a new German POW camp because they're wanting to use the labor for farmland in Minnesota, and she is basically their only option for a translator. So there are circumstances that make her go back kind of against her will. She has no other option. But she works really hard and puts her all into something, and you can see her barriers start to crumble, and she really comes to appreciate the town overall through some trials and just questioning things. Should we have blind patriotism? What does the Christian faith look like in war? And things like that. So very interesting book that made me think about things, and also the fact that it does entirely epistolary, which I've never read a book like that before, and she did that so creatively. And this is a debut novel, which is very impressive for a debut novel. I've seen some other books that some of my friends have read by her, and I'm really glad that I started off with the first one she ever published, because surely she only gets better from here, and this was a 5-star read for me. So I highly, highly, highly recommend the audiobook. I think I enjoyed it even better because of the narrator's performance. She did all the different kinds of voices. There's letters to various people, and would there really be that many letters in real life? Probably not, but you know, there's probably a decent amount for this time period, and I just had a really good time with this. So highly recommend Things We Didn't Say by Amy Lynn Green. And I am about 90% into Seeking Revenge by Mary Mecham, and I am having a good time. So it is about a bounty hunter who is looking for her family, and she is teaming up with some not so great people. In fact, some people that you have seen in previous books, so I can't really say too much because this is book 5, but I will tell you that it is a wild ride, just like the rest of Mary Mecham's books, and I should finish that here shortly, but I wanted to go ahead and film this clip so I can finish this vlog out. So yeah, those are my thoughts. Thank y'all so much for watching this video. If you stuck towards the end, if you will, let's see, leave me an envelope for the epistolary novel that I read. That's the only thing I can think of, but thank y'all so much for watching. Bye, y'all.